Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Every Story Matters. And today we have got a guest who has impacted my life and so many lives in such a positive manner. We have got Mr. Alex Thomas. Hello, Alex, sir. Welcome to our podcast, Every Story Matters. Mr. Alex is the financial freedom coach for NRIs, and he helps people how to, invest smartly, make more money from the money and stuff. And we'll dive deeper into how you can learn about financial freedom and how you can be financially free. And before that, I would love to know more about your story, sir, because as you know, theme of our podcast is Every Story Matters. So please tell our audience what is your story.
Thank you, Sachin, for having me. Uh, I really appreciate being on your platform because every story matters. And there is a beautiful story lying beneath all of us. Some nearer the surface, some you need a lot of digging because over years, life has made them so hard and going through all the challenges. It needs somebody like you, like a pearl diver, to dive deep and bring up those stories. For me, right from the beginning, I had this uh, liking for social service. Now, when I say social service, I have two hobbies which are probably one of the least expected. Whenever there's the traffic lights don't work, I spend hours controlling traffic, and I even carry a whistle with me every time I travel. Because I think whistle suddenly draws attention.
Hmm.
It gets you respected, whatever you want to do. Second is creating lines. I grew up in a time when there was a line for tickets, line for buying train tickets, cinema tickets, and there would always be these smart guys who want to come and jump the queue. And I would very politely pull them back, depending upon how uh, open they are, back to where they needed to be.
Sure.
I would love taking accident victims on the roads of Delhi, where I most of my schooling, college was done.
Hmm.
And one of the opportunities that I got was, I don't know whether to call it opportunities or probably God used me. In 1984,
Hmm.
during the riots, Sikh riots that followed Indira Gandhi's assassination, I was able to save more than 50 uh, family members of teachers of a
Wow.
very famous posh school called Guru Harikishan Public School in Vasant Vihar. And at that time, it was those 3 days, October 31st, 1st November, when Delhi went mad with everyone who had a turban was legitimate target, as they now call these days in the news.
Hmm.
uh, they were putting burning tires around the necks, and so I was able to save nearly about 40, 50 people from being burnt alive. I
Wow.
was dressed like one of those hooligans who had come to burn. And I said,
Hmm.
chalo, chalo, aage chalo. Let's go ahead. I'll take care of this. And in that time, I removed all the school furniture which was burning. And it was like a angiti, no, I don't know, bhatti kind of a thing. Uh, I even have a mark on my hand here where, the glass fell when I was trying to save the principal, his wife, and daughter. Long story short, after the school reopened 4 5 months later, we had the school organized a felicitation for 4 or 5 of us who were involved in that. So doing something contrary was always very natural. Then another major event was when I got to save nearly 50 men and women from a building on fire, which is known as, for those who are in my age, I'm already a senior citizen, called
Hmm.
the Ansel Bhavan fire. I was
Wow.
able to build an aerial pathway between two
Hmm.
buildings.
Wow.
And I was, we didn't have mobile cameras then, but
Yeah.
I left office, went there, saw nothing was happening. I'm scared of heights. In Dubai, all my life that I've I've been in Dubai for more than 20, 21 years.
Hmm.
I would be on the 30th, 40th, 50th floor, and I would be scared. Even today, I'm scared. But that day, God worked with me, through me. I climbed that building, which is now called as Ambadi, which was under construction in Connaught Place.
Hmm.
Scaffolding went up. Next day, we were in the news. Uh, I got the first red and white bravery award for that from Jackie Shroff.
Wow.
And he
Wow.
said, यार एलेक्स तूने तो बिना स्टंट वाला ही कर लिया, हम जब स्टंट करते तो एक वो रख के करते. Then got the first not first, sorry, first red and white bravery award and the president's bravery award uh, for it. uh, so overnight I became a hero.
Wow.
Becoming an overnight hero in an office has its challenges. A lot of people become jealous of you, and of
Yes,
course
yes,
that was there.
yes.
But today, I'm somebody who has gone bankrupt in Dubai because we
Wow.
are all good at making money, but most of us are 95% is not good at managing money.
Hmm.
Making money is different, managing money is different, growing money is different, multiplying money is different, and passing on a legacy is different. And I had a good salary, so somebody came and said, why don't you get a loan? You'll get a very 20, 30 times your salary, you'll get it. I said, I don't need it. I already have a house in Delhi. No, 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 you can invest. Many of us fall into loan traps. Before that itself, I was habituated with loans, paycheck to paycheck. I have a PhD in credit cards. I say that sarcastically. I know about every loan, every pitfall, what happens when you pay the minimum things and various things. And I was forced to run away from Dubai because I
The
had a crore
post
of.
of Dubai.
Yeah, I was forced to run away because Dubai those days had stricter rules. If you miss an EMI, you could be in jail. You could just be picked up somewhere, like a.
Yeah.
And I realized I took a loan, and Warren Buffett tells, if you buy things you don't need, you will have to sell things that you need.
You do need.
If you buy things you don't need,
Huh.
you will be forced to sell things that you need. And it is
Wow.
very true because we try to just. I wanted every single credit card, and I would love to see my name on the checkbook, on the credit card, and I would do a lot of things. But then I realized I was losing money left, right, and center.
Hmm.
And after I ran away, before that I did what one of the things that transformed my life was attending MMI, the very first MMI with T. Harvecker
Wow.
and I came from Dubai to Bangalore, and he's just come to India once to attend it. Of course, after that you have had a lot of his other uh, student teachers who have been doing it. I took some courses in investing, personal finance, and things, and I wanted to teach and share with other people that what I went through, jobless, friendless. I was one of the most networked guys. But
Wow.
when I didn't have money, when I didn't have a job, because paying 3 lakhs EMI was okay with a salary. But when paying 3 lakhs EMI without a salary was impossible. And then I
That's a
realized,
month of EMI.
yeah, 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 month of EMI, right?
Wow.
So that kind of a thing, I said, okay. And then people said, Alex, why are you sharing your failures? People don't share their failures. And I said, look, uh, I am willing to expose myself, my vulnerable side, my embarrassing moments, so that it may benefit somebody else who's coming. I came to Dubai. I came to not to Dubai. I came to the Middle East first to clear one of my loans, and then the salary was so good, I got another loan, and that went into something else and something else and something else. So people who move to overseas often go for 1 or 2 years, and then they stay there. Some for 10 years, some for 20, and as you know, many of them for lifetime. You would
Hmm.
have seen many people in Dubai whose parents would have gone there, and that is the kind of a thing. So
Yeah.
for me, I am a personal finance educator who has lost his own money, learned, and now share the examples. uh, Experience is good always to have, first hand experience is always good,
Yep.
except when it comes to personal finance where second hand experience is better. Learn from somebody else's mistake
Yeah.
than create it. But unfortunately, you see, when it says it's wet paint, do not touch, we are still monkeys. We still want to touch whether it is really wet or not. And
Yeah.
then, so those kind of things. So
Love.
that's me, Sachin.
Thank you so much for sharing your story, sir. And before we move forward, I'd like to thank you for saving so many lives. It's beautiful, and during those times, of course, I was not even born at that time, but when I heard that story, I could feel that the way you have handled, the way you have saved lives. So thank you so much for doing that. Really, I'm on the.
Sachin,
Huh.
one of the things, uh, I think probably it's like the Schindler's List movie, if you have seen about the Holocaust and things. That 100 people that I saved 40 years back, today, eh, probably the number would be more like 10,000 people had their fathers, grandfathers,
Yeah.
grandmothers, and various
Yes.
things because of that. I may not be a billionaire in my bank account, but in the Karma Universal Bank, I'm a multi billionaire.
Wow. God bless you, sir. God bless your entire family for doing what you've done. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Talking about some financial freedom, what is your definition of financial freedom? People say financial freedom is all about going on the beach, working from there, doing all these things. According to you, as a financial freedom coach, what is your definition of financial freedom?
It is not at all a romantic thing like the beaches or the mountains and other things. If you can have
Hmm.
the income to spend
Hmm.
without having to work for it,
Hmm.
and your passive income is able to take care of your normal requirements,
Hmm.
roti kapda makan, where you don't have to do and your money starts working for you.
Wow. Okay.
And for me also, when I look at retirement planning and all, retirement always was very distant. अरे
Hmm.
बाद में देखेंगे
Yeah.
honestly 40-45 साल, how it flew by, I don't even know. So today I take a lot of lectures in schools and colleges, 11th class, 12th class, college, where I tell them, if you are staying with your parents and you have a job, whether it's 25,000 or 50,000, save 80%. I know, because you're not paying, and because money
Yeah.
compounds.
Yes.
And the money that you are able to save and invest, not saving.
Hmm.
I gave my mom my first month's income from. Why I say income is I also had certain airport allowances.
If my
I,
if my I may ask, how much was your first income?
964 rupees was my salary.
Wow.
I used to be in a travel agency. When you
Huh.
come out of the airports, you see those people with boats.
Oh yes, yes, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Half of them are drivers, but the other half are the travel agency people
Oh
who are
yes,
there.
yes,
The
yes.
welcome sir, this kind of a thing.
Ah,
But for each trip I would do, I would get 1,000 rupees. So my
acha.
salary was 964, but I would almost make about 3,000 rupees based on that. And I had
Sure.
given my mom 2,000 rupees in 20
Wow.
rupee notes.
Wow.
Last year, she gave it back to me, same 2,000 rupees. She
What?
said, she said, you know, I didn't want to tell her, but if she had just bought gold 40 years back, that would have been a
Oh
huge amount.
my
So
God.
there are a lot of people who believe in saving.
Hmm.
Saving is different from investing. And when I look back, you may be knowing a colleague of yours who's earning maybe 50,000 dirhams,
Hmm.
but you may be having somebody who's only earning 2,000 dirhams. But if
Yeah.
he's able to spend less than 2,000,
Hmm.
and the person who's earning 50,000 because of the flashy car, house, posh house, everything, ends up spending 60,000, I would say the person who's earning 2,000 is better.
Wow.
Spend less than you earn is a very important rule in life
So,
for
sir,
anyone.
if I may, if I have to ask you, let's say if I'm making 100 rupees a month,
Okay, okay,
right? So let's break it down for the viewers that they can understand very
okay,
easily and they have the idea कहाँ पे पैसा लगाना है. For
okay,
example, I'm
sure, sure.
making 100 rupees a month, right? What portion of 100 rupees should go to savings,
Okay,
investing, leisure, or fun, whatever? So if you can maybe break it down.
okay. Sachin, what really happens is before I am able to answer that, it depends upon, are you staying with your parents? Then it would be totally different.
Okay,
But
got it.
if you are, spending on rent and other things, it will be different. Why I'm saying is, if you are staying with your parents and
Hmm.
you don't have to spend for accommodation or for food,
Yeah.
I would encourage you to save and invest 80%.
Save,
75,
invest both.
yeah, like obviously saving is the first process.
Sure, sure.
The moment you get your salary,
Hmm.
immediately you move out 80% if you are staying with your parents
ठीक
and
है.
they are not asking you for
हाँ.
rental contribution or food contribution. But
Sure.
if you are staying in your own rented place,
Hmm.
all your monthly expenses should not cross 50% of, in this case, 50 rupees should be your maximum,
ठीक है.
taking care of all your expenses, right?
50% of monthly expense and all the expenses like rent, khana, wana,
Yeah,
everything.
everything should be in the 50%, 50 rupees,
Sure.
right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And the next 30 rupees, you can keep it for maybe for entertainment, something else which you have planned out, emergency, those kind of a things, you can put 30%, right?
Okay.
20% should compulsorily go towards long term saving.
Long term savings.
Yeah, long term saving, and start it as early as possible.
Hmm.
And something which, it is something which is very easy to understand but very difficult to practice, is two people getting the same salary and having same disposable income of 1,000 rupees. If one person invests 1,000 rupees in any mutual fund, which on an average long term is giving you 12 to 15%, say, the other person spends it.
Hmm.
After 20 years, the second person realizes what the first person is doing is interesting. Why not do it? So they say, okay, 20 years is gone by. The second guy spends 2,000 rupees, invests in the same thing.
Sure.
In 40 years, both are retire at 60. The
Hmm.
second person who invested 2,000 each, he has put in 4 lakh 80,000. The
Hmm.
first person who invested for 40 years, 1,000 each, has also invested 4 lakh 80,000.
Yeah.
Second person's amount comes to 30 lakhs. Imagine what the first person's 4 lakh 80,000 has compounded to. Most people are not able to give me this right answer.
Hmm.
Even bankers are not able to. They'll say it will be more, it will be double. It is the first person's 4 lakh 80,000 is not 30 lakhs, is not 60 lakh, is not 90 lakhs, is not 1 lakh 20,000, is not 1.5 crore, 1 crore 20 lakhs. It's not 2 crore, it's not 2.5, it's 3 crore. See the difference.
Wow.
Same money, only time is different. So starting early, I would encourage any person,
Hmm.
you know, the best, this is Chinese saving. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years back.
Yes.
The second best time is today.
Today.
Same goes for this. Make sure and make it into a game. Have a piggy bank. Very, very important, because some things inculcate habits.
Hmm.
Having a piggy bank, putting some amount of money every day, even it could be 1 dirham, could be 5 rupees or 10 rupees.
Hmm.
I'm
Hmm.
not sure. We don't have 1 rupee. We have 1 rupee in India. Yeah, we have.
We do
Yes.
have, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I was just slightly thinking. So these are some of the things. So 50% should be the maximum. Now, very often you see credit card companies, banks, they will not give you a loan if your present loan liability is 50%. If
Oh,
suppose you have got 4 credit cards, they'll ask you, okay, how much credit you have and how much you have utilized. And if they see that your credit is already more than 50% of your monthly annual income, they will decline it because you are not able to service it.
yeah.
Even though I have been doing that for many years, initial years, till I went bankrupt, and then, of course, I'm so grateful to God that I went bankrupt.
Lovely.
I think any person who's ever been bankrupt would understand why I say. Because had I not been bankrupt, I would not have been able to clear all my loans, build
Hmm.
it again
Yeah.
from an eight-figure bankrupt number. Today, I have an equity portfolio which is an eight-figure and a stock portfolio which is eight-figure, plus gold,
Lovely.
plus silver, plus other things. And this is possible. And I started very late, Sachin. I started when I was 55. Even though I invested when mutual fund came in 1994, I had some bad experiences and I quit. It's just like you buying a Rolls Royce, pressing the ignition, and it goes and hits a tree, and you said Rolls Royce is bad. I would encourage people to start early, and that is why I go and take classes in schools and colleges just to inform them about compounding, about the advantages of starting early,
Sure.
about paying yourself first, about spending less than you earn. Most of us, who are paying minimum, uh, I ask another question is, do you know if you pay minimum amount? Because the banks, they don't make money from people who pay on time. They make money only from people who pay the minimum amount.
Minimum amount. Yeah.
And the interesting thing, what most people don't know is, if you pay the minimum amount, it will be like the example of, just give me a few grains of rice on the chessboard and just
Yes.
double it, and the king said, yo, you should have asked for a few bags of gold. It's
Yeah.
exactly like that. It is a never ending thing. You will only be, and the credit card interest is normally between 2.5 to 3.5 or 4% per month.
Wow.
So these are some things which people are not aware of. They know how to find oil, they know how to build the strongest buildings, they know how to fly an aircraft and land it safely without the coffee cup spilling. But when it comes to personal finance, they don't. And I personally feel, I encourage parents to teach their girl children
Hmm.
financial literacy, because such marriages are no longer made in heaven these days. One wrong, like one comment, can bring everything to end. And having your own money makes you walk taller. Really, you feel confident. You don't have to pick up the first job that comes across you. And that brings me to another point: is emergency fund.
Hmm.
Have 3 to 6 months normally, but after COVID, I would say have 1 year's emergency funds. Now, what is emergency fund? Emergency fund is the money that you spend each month. It is. I'm not saying you should have 1 year's salary back. Salary would be a lot more normally. If you are not like me,
Huh.
salary will be more than your expenses. So
Hmm.
cater for your expenses. 6 to 9 months is good, and if you make it 12 months, you are that much. And today you
Sure.
have got many instruments which are very good for investing your emergency fund in. So
Got it.
having emergency fund. Another area which I would talk about is uh, where people are very careless,
Hmm.
is having your own health insurance. Most Indian families or NRI families are one major illness away from bankruptcy, because a health insurance of your own, I'm not talking about the corporate one,
Hmm.
health insurance of your own will cost you maybe 20, 30,000 if you are young, for
Hmm.
a 10, 15 lakh cover. Keep your health insurance. Don't depend upon the corporate for continuity, but use a
Hmm.
corporate one. In 3 years, you would have taken care of all your pre existing illnesses and all those things.
Yeah.
And God forbid you have a job change. During COVID, a lot of people got fantastic offers. They had resigned from their previous company. They had not yet joined the new company. That's when the lockdown came in, and they said, sorry, due to corporate policy, unavoidable things. But that person was stuck. He's neither here nor there. So always have your own personal health insurance and a
Sure.
personal accident policy apart from the corporate cover.
Correct.
People say, I have the thing, because we don't know what is going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
And another one would be a term insurance. Term insurance is like your car insurance. At the
Hmm.
end of the year, you have a car. Yes, you have to insure it by law. Nothing happens, you again pay for the next year. Term insurance is the cheapest insurance, because you don't get anything back at the end of it. And I would encourage people should not go for all fancy things with bells and whistles. Keep a pure term insurance for equal to 10 years annual expenses or 20 years annual expenses, depending upon which is more affordable for you. Because it's nothing is given at the end of the things. If you survive, the premiums are much lower than all those money back policies and ULIP policies and various other things.
Right.
You need to see what is good for you, and whatever you want to invest for the future, choose some basic good mutual funds. So if you don't ever mix investment and insurance. This is one major mistake most people, whether it's NRIs or others, they make this mistake. Second is depending upon corporate insurance, which is normally for 3 lakh today. If you
Hmm.
talk about a metro city like Mumbai, each day hospitalization would cost you a lakh rupees, and before you know, whatever you had saved for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year is gone. Whereas if you had just got a insurance policy, it health insurance is not for health. Health insurance is for making sure that your savings will not vanish and make you poor. It is not for health. It's a wrong word they have used. But the main purpose of a health insurance policy is that should such an unfortunate situation take place that you have to be hospitalized for treatment, that money goes directly from the health insurance to you. You don't have to break your investments. I've seen such in many places where you have this touts visiting cancer ward where they will buy gold at half the price but give you cash instantly.
Wow.
You know that these three things, if you have it, then you can do it. Health insurance, emergency funds, term insurances. If these three are there, then you can invest in mutual fund and other things. But if your
Fantastic.
own fort is left unguarded,
Hmm.
one single illness, COVID, they destroyed lives. Emotional value is different. The financial value is what really pinches a lot more people.
True, true. Wow. This was such a masterclass for me, anybody who's would be listening to this podcast, because I think people tend to avoid these things. And frankly speaking, I used to avoid myself. I was like, why would I take a insurance, and now I've got one. And I also made the same mistake of not starting early. And I started my SIP journey just 1.5 years, 1.5 years ago. I should have started when I was 20. I'm 27 right now, okay, and I think I maybe got a little late, but I think you're right. The earlier, the better, and I'm sure people who are either starting their career with their early 20s, they would be inspired to start their investment journey pretty soon. According to you, what do you think is the biggest mistake that people make when it comes to investment?
Uh, they think the knowledge they got in school, college, engineering,
Hmm.
IT is good enough for them to do investing. If you look at some of the leading sports stars, uh, you talk about cricket, you talk
Hmm.
about hockey, you talk about golf, they
Hmm.
always get a coach,
Hmm.
they always get a mentor, right? Because today, most of the people are depending upon salespeople.
Hmm.
They
Yeah,
are not understanding that, you know, uh, Marshall Goldsmith book, What Got You Here Will Not Get You There.
that's
So,
right. Yeah, yeah.
if you really look into this, the
Hmm.
biggest mistake is they think they know.
Hmm.
Last 3 months, 4 months, probably my portfolio has gone down by 25, 30 lakhs because of all those things. But
Yes.
I'm not selling it. I'm not selling it. The loss is there, but it is notional till you sell it. So the single biggest mistake people do
Hmm.
is thinking that they know it all. You know, the same thing which you talked about, MBA in your
MBA
yeah,
मुझे
right?
बहुत आता है.
Yeah, so they would do that. Start early, number one, right?
Hmm.
You started at 27, I started at 55, Sachin. Can you imagine, right? Your insurance premium would be, for a 2 crore would be something. My insurance premium for a 2 crore would be 10 times of your premium, only
Yes.
because you started early and I started late. Why
Hmm.
I share my stupid mistakes is because I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who have done the same stupid mistake but
Hmm.
don't have the guts to accept it, don't have the guts to reveal it.
That's right.
So I'm saying I'm being vulnerable so that you can learn from my mistakes and
Hmm.
not repeat it.
Yeah.
Start early is one thing,
Hmm.
live below your means.
Yeah.
No need of I have recruited more than 18,000 people across 10 countries in my thing,
Sure.
in my working life, and there would be guys who are having mobiles which was almost 1.5 to 2 times their monthly salary. And I'm just thinking, I would ask him, why do you need this iPhone? What are you? Your job does not require. You're not a digital creator or something, So people do a lot of those mistakes.
I made the same mistake. So in 2023, I mean, kind of doing okay, but I bought an iPhone, which was around 80,000. And I paid 5 to 6,000 rupees every single month for the, that EMI.
Yeah, yeah, my
And now I realize that buying the phone was the stupidest mistake of my life. When I bought the MacBook, of course, it's for the work. So I don't regret buying the MacBook first. But buying iPhone, I regret because that time I was not making that amount of money. Not even maybe 50% of it. No.
Sachin, I want to just flip this. Don't regret it. It's
Yeah.
a beautiful lesson
Yeah, yeah,
because
sure.
I got a lesson. I lost 2 crore in a real estate thing where the money vanished. It was the biggest private bank in India which played tricks kind of a thing with me. I did not know that thing. So what I'm telling is, for 80,000 you got such a brilliant lesson,
Yeah.
and I got the same lesson, Sachin. I paid 2 crores for it. It was a real estate thing which I didn't need, which went bad. I lost the money. I don't have the property, and my Sibyl, everything is blacklisted. So I don't have a credit card. I use a credit card, but I have a prepaid credit card. Where I put in a lakh rupees. I use it because some sites, as you know, as a creator, you
Yep.
need for subscriptions. They will not take a debit card.
Yeah, that's right.
So that is there. But Sachin, 80,000 is the tuition fee you paid, and the lesson, it has saved you crores. Look at it this way, right?
Sure.
And as it is, being a creator, these were things which you needed, maybe not at that time, but
Hmm.
because you realize, you would put a new filter, the
Yeah.
iPhone filter, if I may call it that, before you take any major financial decisions. And
Yeah.
it will, and through your podcast, lakhs of people would know, and if they have done the same financial mistake
Yeah.
at their end, and if you are able to, with the help of 80,000,
Hmm.
educate so many
Yeah.
more people, and also make sure that you don't repeat the same mistakes,
Absolutely.
that it's totally worth it. It's a tuition fee.
Yeah. And about the credit card as well, I mean, I got my credit card probably in 2025, maybe Jan something. And sir, the moment I got the credit card, my mind went crazy. I thought that money that I've got in the credit card is my money. And
That is one thing. It is certainly not your money. Use
yeah,
a credit card, but
yeah,
immediately put it from your present, like sometimes
absolutely. And I
you have
spent
this.
nonchalantly, I used to order anything from Amazon or something, and मुझे लगा मेरा पैसा, and I was like, and then I'm telling you, even if I have the credit card right now, I have blocked it. I mean, I know I'm not using the credit card right now. When I need it, of course, I have a debit card that accepts international payment. If that does not work, I would ask mine, maybe a couple of dear ones. I am not, again, I don't know, maybe it's a fear or something, maybe a lesson or whatever it is. I have stopped using credit card completely. I will start pretty soon, but I'm not using because my mind was like, that's my money. I became okay. If I'm making 40,000 rupees a month, the limit was 63,000. I was like, wow, I'm making 1 lakh rupees a month. I'm like, no way. And so that was the mistake which I made. And when you shared that, I was like, so relatable to me. So
No,
yeah,
no, it is important. See, credit card, it's like a knife, right?
yeah,
Very few people know how to, maneuver with a knife
yeah,
or use a knife.
that's
And
right.
credit card is a deadly thing. They are, using these days. The credit card companies, the banks are using a lot of NLP in
Hmm.
their advertisements, where they sort of tell you, you can do this, you can do that.
Yeah,
But if you can do that, and there is something which I have conducted in many of my sessions,
yeah.
is using cash. Move to cash, because I would talk to many restaurant owners in Dubai, and I would ask them how. So the moment the salary comes, they will order a burger, they will order a juice, and they will be on a 555. But slowly towards the end of the month, they come to just kadak chai and paratha, right? And that is something which when you have cash, there's a direct correlation. But when you tap, you don't know the amount, and it is very important. If you want to experience that, for all the face-to-face transactions, keep cash. You would tremendously reduce your expenses. Do it for 90 days.
Yeah.
Use cash for all face-to-face interactions. So, as you're taking money out, you are seeing it's going down.
Hmm.
So there is a direct connection, boss. But when you tap, you don't know, because it is somebody else's money which you think is yours, till you have the late payment and other things. So credit card, avoid. And it's only for people who know how to manage credit card. Otherwise, I
Fantastic.
would say 100% avoid it.
Great, great. Thank you. So thanks a lot. Now we're moving forward to some rapid fire questions about
Sure.
the mindset and money. So I've got my questions on my phone right now. So I'll ask you
Okay.
the question and you have to just respond immediately, whatever comes to your
Okay.
mind. Okay,
Okay.
cool,
Okay. Okay.
cool. So first segment is about mindset and philosophy, right? The first question is financial freedom, number or mindset?
Mindset.
Okay,
Every time, always.
okay. Rich versus wealthy, difference in one line, according to you.
Wealth is forever. Rich is temporary.
Wow. Biggest money myth people still believe.
I'm thinking, but I shouldn't be thinking.
Sure, take your time. It's okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
okay, okay. You need money to make money.
That's a really good one. Okay.
Storytelling. I'm digressing, but when you look at it, you are everything about, not being a storytelling coach.
Yeah.
It's all about just telling stories to the right person, and
Mm,
somebody signs a check.
yeah.
Right? You don't need money to make money. It's a myth.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We talked about scarcity mindset. So if I have to ask you scarcity mindset in one sentence, what would that be?
That's not enough.
Okay. First habit to build wealth.
Start early.
Okay. Now we're moving to the money habits. Save first or invest first?
Save first.
Budgeting, essential or overrated?
Essential. It is. Budgeting is the most underrated wealth creation process.
Wow.
I am repeating it again. Budgeting is the most underrated wealth creation process.
Wow. One expense people must cut immediately, according to you.
Eating out.
That's a good one. One habit that keeps people broke.
Spending more than they earn.
Hmm. Daily money habit you swear by.
Put 1 rupee, 10 rupee in your
Peggy bank.
Akshay Patra. I call it, I don't call it piggy bank, I call it
Uh-huh.
Akshay Patra.
Okay.
I would encourage every parent to give one Akshay Patra for each of their kids. And
Hmm.
at the end of the month, double whatever they have saved.
Hmm.
And this is a mental conditioning.
Lovely.
We have something which is, oh, okay, sorry, the
So
rapid
please,
fire is
please
still
carry
going.
on. Please carry on. Yeah,
No,
carry
no.
on.
One of my mentors, Suresh Padmanabhan sir,
Uh-huh.
he was talking about secret much before the book was written. And it was called a Sankalp Siddhi. Sankalp Siddhi is ancient Vedic art of
Hmm.
manifestation. And there, one thing which he had suggested to us is to have this uh, Akshay Patra in every home. Morning, the moment you finish your pujas, Make it
Right.
a ritual to do
Mm.
that. And the second one is to attach a currency note
Mm.
to a ribbon near the
Yeah.
door, and
Yeah.
each time you leave, just touch it. When you come back, you touch it. If you forget to touch it, you put a fine
Mm.
into the Akshay
Mm.
Patra. So that's
Wow.
a
Amazing.
make mindset. Money is all about mindset.
Definitely. Thank you for sharing. Job or business for financial freedom?
Business.
Hmm. Active or passive income, what first?
Active first, 100%.
Hmm.
Have active, and from that, funnel in money,
Hmm.
which will grow
Hmm.
and overtake your active, and
Hmm.
that's when passive comes.
Okay. One skill that can double somebody's income.
Storytelling.
I agree with you. Absolutely. Fastest way to increase income today. Fastest way.
Create multiple streams of income.
Okay.
Today we
Hmm.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, Philip, carry on. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we have many skills which we do not acknowledge. Somebody
Okay.
may be good in English, somebody may be able to
Hmm.
teach tuition.
Hmm.
You need not to. And today there are so many people who are willing to
Hmm.
you to just look at their emails and say,
Hmm.
Sachin, Alex, can you see if it's okay, and you charge an amount for it. It
Yeah.
will not be a big one, but drops of water make a mighty ocean.
Lovely. Couple of last ones. SIP or lump sum? Which one would you choose?
Third one, step up SIP. Don't do SIP. Do step up SIP. What step up SIP does is,
Okay.
today your salary is 50,000.
Yeah.
You started a 5,000 SIP, and
Hmm.
it is perennial. It goes on. Next year you get 10% increment.
Hmm.
Your 50,000 goes to 55,000.
55,000. Yeah.
Your SIP still remains 5,000.
Yeah.
Step up, you have an option of increasing it at
Huh.
any time.
Huh.
You say every year increase it by 15%. So what
Oh,
happens is, fill it, shut it, forget it kind of a thing. So 20 years later, your salary has grown up, your SIP has also grown up. So at that time, it is one of the greatest things, which is the most underrated investment rule, is step up SIP. Lump sum, when the market is totally down, when there is a nuclear war, or something really like the COVID thing, do
yeah.
it. But for everyone else, step up SIP. Not SIP sahi nahi hai, step up SIP sahi hai. That's mine.
Amazing.
I
Amazing.
just coined it right now.
Yeah, you beautifully done it. Yeah. Crypto, is it an opportunity or a gamble, according to you?
It depends upon, don't test the water with both your feet. I would encourage crypto, 1% of your investment.
Hmm.
If you lose all of it,
Hmm.
it's only 1% gone and you've got 99%.
Right.
But if you got it right,
Hmm.
through luck, fluke, whatever, you would be a rich man.
Hmm.
1% of your investment and not more than that. And
Love.
depending upon whichever country they are listening to this, watching this podcast, as per the thing.
Fantastic. Last one. EMI life, is it a trap or a tool, according to you?
Absolutely a trap. Absolutely trap. SIP is a tool. EMI is
Okay.
a trap.
So you think we
Step
should
up
not take
SIP.
AM, we should not get AMI for anything that we are buying or something?
See, because I don't know who it was. I was talking to the daughter-in-law of Warren Buffett, Mary Buffett, in
Hmm.
Dubai, and I think she said, if you can't afford it twice, don't buy it.
Don't buy it.
It's because if if it's a business decision, it's different.
Okay,
Where
so
you
you
sort
mean,
of
I'm
are
sorry, you
going in.
mean that if I want to grow my business, I can take EMI, I can
Yeah,
take.
yeah, because it's a business loan, right? But a normal EMI, if you look at 98% EMI, in one of the research they said it is for something which could have been delayed.
Hmm.
There's something, there is a Chaiwala joke, which it's not a joke. You go to this mall, they use NLP. They create scarcity mentality. They
Hmm.
create this FOMO effect through their ads, right? Now, if you have made tea, what happens when you add tea, milk, and everything, and it starts boiling? Then what happens when the gas flame is high? What happens? It
It
almost overflows, right?
does, yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So what you do is, You either reduce the flame or you lift
Correct.
up the pan,
Yes.
saucepan, right?
Yes.
When you do that, I want you to think. One thing is, when you go to a mall, go with a list of what you need, because chances are you went to buy something small, you came back buying a lot of other things, and you actually forgot the very basic thing that you went for. Go with a
Yes.
list is one. Second is, if you really like something, tell yourself, in communication, and I'm a Toastmaster for more than 2 decades, and I talk about the pause, right?
Pause. Yep.
You see, you like it, okay, you tell yourself, Sachin, I think it's a nice thing. I'll come back tomorrow. It's something. You're not saying, no, no, don't buy it. I'll
Yeah.
come back tomorrow. Because
Yeah.
what happens between today and tomorrow? You see a very sad emotional movie. You
Hmm.
are almost in tears. When you come out, you are in tears. But when you go to have the Coke and Pepsi and Domino's and pizzas, you're back to normal. So
Hmm.
the person that you are today is not the person that you're tomorrow. And if you sort of tell yourself, the little voice, like Blair Singer talks about little voice mastery, the little
Yep.
voice says, I definitely need to buy it. He says, okay, Sachin, no problem. Point taken. Let's come back tomorrow, right? You know that movie, Kalana, Stri Kalana kind of a thing,
Yes. Yes.
right? So if it really is something that you need,
Hmm.
go ahead with it. But if it is not, you have listened to it,
Hmm.
your inner voice, which says, I should go and buy this.
Hmm.
But you have told yourself that yes, I will buy it, but I will follow this ritual.
Yeah.
Just like in a company, they say, you want to buy something, fine, give me 3 quotes, right? Bring me 3 quotes, different things, so that you're not buying the costliest thing.
Yep.
Similarly, here, you want to buy something, just pause. Pause for a day, pause for 2 days, and if you really need it, please go out and go and buy. At least you
Yeah.
know that you need it, because there is this thing called buyer's regret. You buy it and then you say, did I do the wrong thing?
Yeah.
Was it too expensive? No. But when you do this pause matter,
Yeah.
whether it be boiling tea, because the
Yes.
moment it is about to overflow, just lift it up.
True.
So that particular thing comes down, you bring it down again, it boils, and you take it.
Hmm.
This is something which I have suggested to a lot of people, and it sort of works.
Wow, that's wonderful. Thank you so much, sir. I mean, it was like an extremely important masterclass for the people who want to learn about financial freedom, how they can save and invest money. Thank you very much. And last but not the least, please tell our audience if they want to connect with you, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
Okay, probably you can, when you have this particular thing, you can put down my number,
Okay,
which is 8826 306 803
sure.
plus 91 for India. Uh, I have made a lot of mistakes, first hand mistakes. I have not learned what I've learned from YouTube videos or from books here, even though I've invested a significant amount of money, time, resources for self development.
Hmm.
I would encourage you to connect with me, because people go overseas for some dreams, but soon get distracted and lose a lot of money. Most important thing, learn that what you know is good for your job. Investing is a different cup of tea altogether. And you
Right.
can put my number somewhere there, and
I will.
they can just WhatsApp me and we can connect with.
Sure. Sure, sure. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
very much.
Sachin. Thank you.
Guys, I hope you enjoyed the conversation. Please watch the entire episode and share with the people whom you think it can be beneficial for them. And I will see you in the next episode of Every Story Matter. Bye bye. Take care. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, there is one thing which I want to add. So
Sure.
you can somewhere add it somewhere there.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure.
Uh, you know, uh, there is something called Married Women's Property Act. Now,
Married
what this
women?
happens? MWPA, Married Women's Property Act.
Okay.
What is so unique about this, especially for insurance,
Hmm.
for life insurance, which is term insurance,
Hmm.
if they say, suppose I have a lot of loans,
Hmm.
uh, and I have a term insurance policy,
Hmm.
I have an option when I buy
Yeah.
to endorse everything to my wife and kids. It
Hmm.
can only be done by a married man, not by a married woman.
Right.
And it doesn't cost anything. But the
Yeah.
only thing is, it has to be done when you buy the insurance. So
Mm.
what happens is, God forbid something happens to me, and I've left a lot of loans and other things. No court of law can attach the proceeds of the insurance if it is ticked under Married Women's Property Act. And it is such a pakka thing. Even if the husband and wife they divorce, the money still will go to the person who's nominated there. It is the greatest uh, way money can be. It's something which I would encourage every married person, when they buy an insurance policy, to get it endorsed under Married Women's Property Act. It doesn't cost anything. You don't have to run around anywhere.
Wow.
If it's online, it's just a tick. So
Yeah.
I really wanted people who are considering buying an insurance to get it endorsed. Make sure most of the agents, wherever they are uh, buying, they are not aware of it. If they want, they can connect with me. It's
Sure.
Married Women's Property Act,
Yeah.
which makes sure that the loans that the person has is not transferred to the wife and kids. At
Mm.
least they will have a dignified life. Thank
Sure.
you, thank you, thank
Thank
you.
you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
I don't
And
know, well, Sachin, where you can sort of put
sure,
this
we'll
thing,
try to connect with that. Yeah.
because
Thank you very
this is something along with the insurance thing where we were talking about. I